Welcome back to the CoolFigurez channel. I'm your host, Jesse the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector. The information on this channel is intended for all collectors and not children. And today we are going to be taking a look at the brand new McFarlane Toys Retro 66 Masked Variant Joker. But first, if you're new, then welcome. This channel is all about cool action figures, analyzing them, hunching them, taking pics of them, and of course, playing with them. If that's your sort of thing, make sure you hit that subscribe button and bell notification icon so you stay notified when I do upload new content. And if you do enjoy this video or any other content that I put out, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow and it's free and easy for you to do. With all that out of the way, once again, we're going to be taking a look at the McFarlane Toys Retro 66 Masked Joker. So I happened to come across this guy while I was out on my vacation on the beautiful island of Maui, and as I stated before on Coffee and Toys, my weekly Toy News Toy Talk podcast, where we go over all the latest and great toy news, reviews, pre-orders, and so much more. Join me every Sunday morning for that. And on also a previous review that I did from another figure that I found in Maui while I was on vacation. The island only has one Target and one Walmart, so it was either going to be a hit or a miss in finding anything. And so the first stop was Target, and there wasn't really much, I'll be honest. And to be honest, I wasn't really looking for much, so I kind of was just going to see if I happened to stumble across something that maybe piqued my interest, or I was like, yeah, I like this, I kind of want to pick this up. And lo and behold, that's exactly what happened, because from this get-go and from the start of this Retro 66 line, and when they first showed off this Joker, this was really the only variant that I wanted, because I think it's just super hilarious that the Joker thinks that this little domino mask is going to hide his identity, and the green hair and pale white skin and the purple pink suit isn't going to give it away, as long as he's wearing that pink domino mask, no one's going to know it's the Joker, obviously. So I absolutely love the original Cesar Romero figure that we got in this line, so this one is even better because it just adds a little more of that campiness to this. And these figures are just a nostalgia blast. They're not really used for toy photography, although I have seen a few people use them for toy photography in very successful ways, so hats off to you, because these are not the most toy photography friendly figures. They're the more display friendly figures, but not toy photography in terms of like their articulation, the way they move. However, the way they look is really good, and I really wish we'd get this version of the Joker and this version of Batman and Robin in the DC multiverse line, a very super articulated version. I think that'd be really cool, and to be able to take some really cool toy pics of them with those abilities to be able to pose them and move them and do all sorts of cool stuff with them. So with all that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at the accessories that he comes with. So this guy, like I said, is not a DC multiverse figure, so he is not a 7-inch figure. He is actually a 5-inch figure, or slightly 6-inch figure. I'm not too sure. I can't remember exactly, I'll be honest. But he's not the DC multiverse. It's considered the retro Batman 66 line, so it's not even within the DC multiverse line. So this guy doesn't come with a stand or a trading card. Instead, he comes with some really nifty, cool accessories that you can attach to his wrist in the form of those flashes that happen when they either punch or get punched, and they are exactly the same ones as that come with the regular version of the Joker, so you don't miss out on that. Really, the only difference is that this guy has a mask. So with that being said, why don't we go ahead and pull this guy forward so we can take a nice closer look at him. So like I said, it's exactly the same figure as the original one. However, it is a new head sculpt. I have to admit, that is awesome, and that's pretty cool. And the way I know that is because the mask is actually ridged. It's not flat, it's not painted. You can actually feel a ridge on the mask, so that's how I know. Although the hair pieces are glued on, so you can totally tell that they totally just painted a pink streak on this one. But the head sculpt itself is a new head sculpt, different from the one that came with the original version. Well, it's the same one that came with the original version, but with an added domino mask effect. It has a little lip to it and stuff, so it's not just flat against his face. But other than that, it's exactly the same. So they probably just made a bunch of the original ones and then casted or adjusted the original mold to include a mask, and then casted a few of these guys. So yeah, guys, with that being said, let's go ahead and take a look at his articulation. He can look all the way to the right, super tight. I don't know if you can hear that in the camera, but he can look all the way to the left. He gets no real up and down. It's very minimal, as you can see. Up is basically just looking straight forward. Down is kind of just looking straight forward. No head tilt, wobble, swabble, any of that fun stuff. His arms do go way out over a T pose, basically to a Y pose. So he can YMCA. So he can go that far. You do get 360 rotation at the shoulder joint right there. Single hinge elbow joints with rotation right there. You do get rotation at the wrist. No hinging action from either wrist. No waist articulation whatsoever. No leg articulation outwards whatsoever. He will kick forward all the way though. And he does come with a single hinge knee joint right here, which does swivel. His ankles do not move or articulate at all whatsoever, and that goes back to my point about these guys being more display pieces rather than, toy photography pieces. But like I said, I have seen quite a few toy photographers use these guys to quite some success, and some great shots have been taken, so you can use them if you want. However, I need a little more articulation personally, so I use these guys more as display pieces and not so much pics. So yeah, guys, that was just a really quick look at this guy, because I already basically looked at this guy with the original version that was in this line, not the variant mask version. So with that being said, guys, let's go ahead and take a look at some really cool pics of this guy, and I'll be right back. Thank you so much for sticking to the end of this video. If you enjoyed those pics, you can find the full images over on Instagram at CoolFigurez. And I do have a separate Instagram account for my more thought out, planned out, more edited pics called Epic Shots by CoolFigurez. Check it out if you like what you see. Leave me a follow there as well. And if you guys want to see the unboxing of this figure or any other figures I do reviews on for this channel, go ahead and check me out over on TikTok at CoolFigurez. That's where I do all my unboxings. And join me every Sunday morning for Coffee and Toys, a weekly toy news toy talk podcast where we will go over all the latest and great toy news, reviews, pre-orders, and so much more. With that being said, guys, if you did enjoy this video, please remember to give it a thumbs up. It really helps the channel grow. And if you haven't already, please hit that subscribe button. But whether or not you're a subscriber, thank you so much for taking time out of your busy day to listen to me talk about toys. I really do appreciate it. As always, I'm your host, Jess the Bat Madrigal, aka the Buff Collector, and I'll talk to you guys in the next video. Thank you so much to this channel sponsor, CoolFigurez Store. Check them out for all your Funko Pop, anime, Pokemon card, and toy print needs. And of course, use code CoolFigurez at checkout for 10% off your order. CoolFigurez Store. Check them out, guys.